The General
to
Revenue
preserve the
Appropriations Bill
gains
2020 was tabled in the
for the
House of
ultimate
Representatives
good
on
of the
Thursday
economy
morning to an
and
audience
the
of UDP
well-being
supporters
of the
only.
Belizean people.
That's because moments earlier, the opposition and its followers exited the Assembly building en masse. What should have been presented as a final budget reading by Prime Minister Dean Barrow in his entire splendor to a gallery of onlookers from both political parties was nothing more than a lukewarm affair delivered in the absence of the People's United Party.
Today, as everyone knows, is the final budget presentation of this Parliament and my swan song as Minister of Finance and Prime Minister of this country. I consider the results for this year and the proposals for the next to be persuasively positive, born of dexterous public sector management and collaboration amongst the various sectors of our society. To be sure, Madam Speaker, the conditions of the public finances are inextricably bound to the larger Belizean economy, and that economy is sharply attuned to the regional and global tempo. Noteworthy it is then that from the very start of our first term in 2008, this administration has, more often than not, operated under markedly hostile conditions.
And with that, the Prime Minister painstakingly rehashed the many obstacles that were encountered by the United Democratic Party upon assuming office 12 years ago. That tedious trip down memory lane culminated with the PM lauding his administration for increasing twofold the budget's recurrent revenues since 2008.
In 2008, the budget's recurrent revenues stood at $591 million. Today, this bedrock factor of public finances stands at $1.184 billion, double the level of 12 years ago. And on the investment side, there is one focal measure, one yardstick that distills and defines the reasons for being of this administration. A stunning accomplishment that elevates our work to the topmost summit of progressive governance. That is, Madam Speaker, this year's investment in personal emoluments for all our 14,000 or so public officers, police and military personnel, all our teachers, nurses, doctors, and every last person who serves our citizens. And of course, the approximately 1,000 pensioners we look after in their post-service life. Thus it is that salaries for all those just listed amount now to $540.5 million, up from just $276.3 in 2008.
In bringing things up to date, the financial year 2020, commencing April 1st, will see an aggregate of $1.3 billion in spending and investment.
Fortunately, the fiscal year 2020-21 budget which we propose today, representing total spending and investment of $1.362 billion, plus $109 million for principal repayments, funds an extensive envelope of capital projects. It also preserves the salaries and the increments of all public officers. And it facilitates our expanding menu of pro-poor, education, healthcare, and citizen security programs. 2 budgets ago, with tourism expanding at a record clip, foreign direct investment flowing into the economy, and global conditions promising an extended period of growth, we had achieved a remarkable 4% of GDP turnaround, adjusting our budget to a modest primary surplus. Our target was a sustained period of at least 2% primary surpluses to to pare the public debt and build a margin for black swan events. Alas, first the drought and now the coronavirus compel us to play offense, to act decisively. We must therefore accept some short-term slippage to our fiscal targets in order to preserve the gains for the ultimate good of the economy and the well-being of the Belizean people.
In looking at the external sector, Prime Minister Barrow admits that there continues to be more imports than there are exports of goods and services.
The current account deficit of the balance of payments widened modestly to 4.5% of GDP in 2019. The expansion reflected a larger merchandise trade deficit that overshadowed measurable improvements in tourism receipts, workers' remittances, and reduced profit repatriation. The trade balance expanded as the growth in imports of goods grew faster than merchandise exports.
The 2020 budget will be debated on March 19th and 20th. Reporting for News 5, I am Isani Cayetano.